Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
We are headed out to the Oculina Bank.
Yes.
Out of Cape Canaveral. So we got up this morning about 3 a.m. 3:30. Hit the road by 4 and then headed this way, and we have no bait on this boat.
No bait, all jigs.
Slow pitch jigging.
And we got 5 jiggers.
And the name of the game is the end of grouper season's in a week. Yeah. So we want to get some groupers.
That's right.
So
and key point is, and we'll try to highlight this in the video, where the protected area, I think there's 92 square miles of protected reef on the Oculina Bank. We are north of that, and we'll show some of this footage of the mapping in this video, so stay tuned for that. But we're coming out of Canaveral Inlet. We just hit an inlet. We literally pulled in at like 6:55. They open up the ramp at 7 o'clock. So all the anglers, there must have been
boats
20 or 30 boats.
Tons of boats.
We did cruise right in there, nice and smooth, right on time. Gate opens, we're in the water, we're out. It almost felt like a mad dash to the water, but they got a well-oiled boat ramp up here in Canaveral.
Hey, they don't want to hear us talk. Let's go catch some fish.
Let's go catch some fish.
So it's a 2-hour and 45-minute ride from Pompano Beach to Jetty Park in Cape Canaveral. And we picked this spot for a particular reason, because it kind of puts us dead smack at the center of the Oculina Bank, as well as it's the closest launching point as far as from the boat ramp out to get to the bank. Now we're looking at a 35-mile run just to get to the Oculina Bank. So we had a 2-hour and 45-minute ride from Pompano Beach on top of another hour run just to get out to the fishing grounds. So it's definitely a day that you want to preserve your energy. Good looking Bob. Oh yeah.
Hooked up, baby. Jig selection out here on the Oculina Bank, 35 miles out from Port Canaveral. We were sitting anywhere from 240 feet of water to 260 feet of water. Beautiful bottom that had different drop-offs and inclines, but generally in that 250-foot zone. And obviously the first thing that we had to do was read our speed over ground to really tell us what jig to start with.
What jig are you using today?
This is the old tuna torpedo.
Oh, the pink one?
I found it deep in the bottom of the jig bag.
220?
This guy's going crazy.
That looks like a very nice fish.
I should maybe go to the other side of the boat.
Coming over.
Oh, good marking on the bottom, man.
Keep fishing up, boys. Keep fishing.
Come on, Gag.
Yeah. The speed over ground was close to 2 knots. Anytime you're pushing close to 2 knots or over 2 knots, you're really going to have a better time jigging, making contact with the bottom, and staying connected with the bottom using lower fluttering jigs or more streamlined fluttering jigs, and obviously slow pitch jigs that are center weighted or balanced so they can get that horizontal fall effect. I was experimenting using a little bit lighter. I was in the 250 gram range where the guys were putting on a lot of 300 gram torpedoes. I was sticking with 250 gram, and we did use the flatty 250 gram, and we used a new top secret jig that can't be revealed just yet. This is the Power 2. Love it. It's we're in, averaging 240, 250 feet.
Yeah.
Gram size has been 250 to 300 all day, and I've got the Power 3 with me, and really haven't felt the need to bump it up.
That's the 7-footer, right?
Yeah.
I see you have a gold reel seat. That must be one of the early ones.
This was the prototype that I acquired. Yeah.
And
Almaco.
we have a nice Almaco jack.
That's why he was digging.
You want that for smoking?
It's a good size Almaco.
Hold it up to the camera.
So the one thing that was happening was high flutter jigs, although with a cast against the drift, 30 feet out, would help me make contact with the bottom. Once I had my jig up and I was re-dropping to make contact with the bottom again, it got a little difficult to noticeably feel a high fluttering jig hitting the bottom again.
So what fish will hit your jig and come back and hit it again, besides a red grouper? So what fish will come back and hit your jig again? I have two guesses that come to mind. My very first one is gonna be red grouper, because I know that when we're out at Pulley Ridge, a lot of times, if you get that second strike, you're pulling up a red grouper. And then a faint thought goes to American red snapper. And the only reason it's a faint thought is because in my fishery out of Pompano Beach, we rarely get American red snapper. But I'm sitting in a new fishery, so I don't know, maybe they're out here. We did have some reports that there were some American red snappers. I got color. What do we got?
Really good marks on the bottom.
Just it. I'm about to come up. No. There you go. You're that way. Eddie's under. John's over. Oh! You got the donkey ARS, bro.
Watch the hook.
Wow.
Dude, that is a fun.
Wow, bro. That is a donk of an ARS, man. Oh, somewhat of a donk. A donk, bro? What do you mean, somewhat of a donk? Look at him, Christopher Doyle. Somewhat of a donk. It's a donk, bro. Christopher Doyle said this is somewhat of a donk. It's a donk, bro. Look at him.
Would you just look at him?
That was like 80 mutton, man.
Let's get him back in the water. Let me know when you're ready.
Free spool. Oh yeah.
Man, I give him that donk.
Guys, you're not SeaGualizing unless you're doing it with the Daiwa Seaborg electric reel.
It's true.
It's true. When you're out here jigging, you need to think maximum energy conservation throughout the day. Just look at Will in 240 feet. Look at him go. Look at him go. That'll help you sustain the long hours of jigging. Hooked up, and yeah, I'm sitting down for this one. It's Will and I were joking around, I remember on this day, talking about when we were getting lazy and we're sitting down somewhere on the coffin cooler or on the bow of the boat, and that how we recognize we do miss hookups.
Coming up.
Hooked up, baby. If you just look at the movement on my rod, I did get the tip of the rod pretty high up in the air, and I'm doing that just to keep pressure on the fish, and I'm trying to reel the tip back down as quick as I can to get the angle of the rod into a safer, angle, and begin, once I know I have that fish hooked, have the rod more angled down and start the majority of this fight to get him to the surface with the reel. But these American red snapper, man, if you've caught them, they are aggressive. Be aggressive, eat aggressive. ARS, you guys take the cake. And I think one thing that really helps us with the equipment that we're using is these slow pitch jigging rods are like shock absorbers. So every one of those big digs, the rod tip actually absorbs a lot of that pressure and a lot of that strike. So you can see probably in any person's slow pitch jigging that's hooked up, but in particularly this case, the tip of the rod absorbing a lot of the fight of the fish until I actually get, you know, tight and steady with him and begin bringing him up towards the surface. But still, with American red snapper, it doesn't end there. You know, they keep digging, and you feel the bangs and the pops and the thrashes on you all the way up to the surface of the water, which at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun. It's why we're doing this. We love catching grouper, but you know, they expand and give up, you know, shortly after you get them up off the bottom.
Cool. UFO, baby.
Nobody's gonna see that jig.
The jig will be blurred out. This material will be censored.
So again, we're gonna use the SeaGualizer. We're just over 200 feet of water, so we have it set at 200 feet. We're gonna hurry up and get this guy back down safely. SeaGualizers are awesome. Yes, I was using a jig that is top secret, and we're not ready to show to the world yet. We're working on a patent for this particular design, and it has a lot of flutter.
Weight is in there, and I might not need the backpack actually.
Let's do that.
So we may get them right in the bottom lip there. Push those together. You got it good, John?
Yep.
So we're gonna descend this guy safely down to depth using the SeaGualizer, and we're cheating a little bit with using a Seaboard reel. There he goes, down safely, and then it's gonna release at 200 feet. We're in 250 right now, so he'll have a great chance of swimming down to the bottom. No puncture wounds from venting tools. And then I'm gonna use this electric wheel to just wind up this 5 pounds of lead.
Look, God put us on this earth to take care of it, right?
That's right. And it's not ARS season. It meant that he had to go back down to the bottom. So what we made a concerted effort on all 8 American red snapper that we caught on this day, and the 1 short scamp grouper, is we made sure we had a SeaGualizer along with us. And this is made by the company SeaGualizer. I believe they're out of Miami. And they have 2 tools. This one is the $60 tool that actually has a pressure release to it. And then they have the See You Later basic hook, which you've seen us use that in our past videos. You're gonna be, both tools require you to use your own hunk of lead, you know, 3, 4, 5 pounds, depending on how deep you're trying to get it. But this one actually has a pressure release, which is really cool. And this is the deep water SeaGualizer. So I don't know if you can see this, but it actually has 3 settings. And when it comes out of the box, it's actually set in the 100-foot depth. This also has the capabilities to be set to release at 200 feet and 300 feet. I don't know another tool that can do pressure release deeper than that, because I know we are catching fish in 700 and 800 feet of water that do need to be released, but at least we can get a queen snapper down, you know, like last year at the end of the year, down 300 feet and give him a really good chance to get back to his habitat.
Not a lot of fish in this area. It's at a different grip.
No, I think I got our next trip. Oh, John, you were saying? The OG JohnnyJigs boys. John, you were just saying what?
That we should move. There's no fish right here. I was just about to say that we were gonna move. I wanted to move. And we get a little tuggage on the bottom. But we're sitting at about 240 feet out here at Oculina Bank, and I'm fishing a 250 gram jig. Staying pretty vertical with a little help of bumping the boat in gear.
John, I see a lot of gold coming off your rod there. What is going on?
This is the new Nabla by Temple Reef, and it's got gold guides, which is pretty cool looking.
The Fuji SIC guides.
Fuji SIC, yep. And, Randy Chen was nice enough to send us his newest addition to the Levitate, which is the Nabla. And this rod really, truly is a high-end, perfect slow pitch jigging rod. It's got the action of the Levitate, but it's got this very interesting butt section. You'll notice that they widen the butt section of the rod. And what this does is it beefs it up, giving you a little more pull power whenever it comes to pulling groupers off the bottom. The next thing is, because the top is kind of flat and wide, it gives you a little more grip on your forearm right here. So I don't know, you guys that slow pitch a lot, if you've ever gone through where it slips off and the butt of the rod hits you in your side, well, this is giving you a little bit more grip right there. The next thing about the butt section I really like is that it fits very nicely in your hand when you go to pitch the jig. And one key detail that they added to it was the guide system. So this rod has Fuji Ion Gold coated stainless steel guides with SIC inserts. This is not your run-of-the-mill guides. I definitely love it. I love the action of it. I think it's a great rod, and you guys are gonna be able to pick this up at JohnnyJigs.com very soon. I would say in the next couple weeks.
Color. You got color. Bill Crane, Jared Hill.
What the? Oh, black.
Sea bass. Cool.
What? Oh,
Black sea bass.
Black sea bass!
Do you want to keep this little porgy?
That is awesome. I have never caught a black sea bass.
No.
That's the first time catching a black sea
Your
bass.
jig, man.
Here too.
Huh?
Jig's got a gash in it.
Yeah. How cool is that? These are edible, right? These are good.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. That's a black sea bass. This will be the first one I've ever caught. And whoa. Oh, look at that tongue sticking out. Oh, black sea bass. I know. You guys want to see hookup shots and you want to see fish. So I put together a segment for you, and we shall call this Hookup Shots and Fish. Enjoy.
The Oculina Bank is an incredible fishery. We had a fantastic time going out of Port Canaveral. One thing that you absolutely have to know about this area is that the southwestern part of the Oculina Bank, 92 square miles in total, is closed to recreational fishing, anchoring, any tampering with the bottom whatsoever. That goes from about Fort Pierce to a little bit past Sebastian. You can see on the screen here the exact coordinates on the map to get a better idea. If you guys have any questions about what we did in this fishery or anything else that you see us doing, feel free to call the shop. The number is going to be right here. Also, you can email or reach out direct on any of the social media platforms. We love talking about jigging.
Wait. Don't hang up on him yet. So this is the end of our year. This is the end of 2021, rolling into 2022.
That's right.
We had so many great fishing trips and a lot of things planned for next year. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you think we should get into next year, any ideas, leave a comment in the comment section below.
Right.
Or feel free to reach out to us via email, call us on the phone. Chances are you'll get Chris or I if you call the phone. And you got anything else to add?
Well, tell us where you want us to try fishing. This was our first real long-range trip, towing the boat up to Port Canaveral just under 3 hours. And then we ran the 30-35 miles offshore, and it went really, really well. We got the truck, we got the trailer, we got the Dusky, and we want to hit the road.
We're ready to travel.
And go more places. So,
guys, Thank you so much for such a great year 2021. We could not do it without you guys. We love you guys. And most importantly, jig on.